Hello there, gorgeous world. Welcome back to Conversational Nina. Today we are talking about POC dramas, but specifically K-dramas. At least we're going to focus a little bit on Korean dramas and what the perception is. They say perception is key, right? Or is it? So, from someone who is not Korean and an American, my views are the stereotypical views of Asian women. I say that because of the dramas I've seen. Tell you that this is how Asian women, mainly between the ages of 15 and 30, act. The majority of these K-dramas, right, take place in Seoul. And so it gives you the perception that this is how women are. Helpless, weak, dumb. And when I say dumb, I don't mean dumb academically, because no matter where they're from, they always seem to be very educated, and oddly enough, maybe more educated even than the male lead that they are pursuing or that's pursuing them. But somehow, in this hierarchy in Korea, she still is sitting very low. And you can feel that in the dialogue and what's going on in the storyline. I don't want to name any specific shows, but I'm sure if you are a huge fan of K-drama, you too have said, oh my gosh, fight back. I want this girl to fight back. Or you have said, say something, when she's just saying, remaining silent. Or don't cry when you know that she shouldn't be crying at this moment, because it's letting the male see how weak she is and how much she needs. They're always love dumb, if that is a new saying I can come up with. Shy, bashful, especially when it's about sex. Boys. But then on the opposite spectrum, then you'll get a show where they're always the main fighter. They're a cop, very masculine, and everybody is like, ooh, I'm so afraid of you because she might have went like this or had her hand up. It can be both ways. However, I find the stronger female are The King, Eternal Monarch, which was written by Kim Un-suk. And I think if you love how she portrays women, definitely check out her shows. She's an amazing writer. Kim Hae-soo. Kim Hae-soo is an excellent actress who always portrays strong women, at least in the 4 or 5 films, TV shows that I have seen her in. Example, Hyena, which is a television series. Special Lady, which is an amazing film. She is totally kick butt. And Coin Locker Girl. More towards my age, so I am very proud that she is out there and making sure that she does the roles that show women in all sorts of lights as opposed to just one way. Question to you is, especially if you live in Korea, if you are Korean, if you're Korean American, give me your feedback. What do you feel is the issue, and what are the strong suits with Korean dramas? I am starting to think that the reason Korean dramas have, the popularity of them have decreased in Korea is probably due to this. I would almost believe that. I think when I think of the shows here that I watch for a minute and then stop watching, it usually has to do with, I'm tired of watching the slave black narrative. I'm tired of seeing The Maid. You know what I mean? Basically, when I look at these films, I also think of the typical black woman stereotype role, right? The maid, the slave, the prostitute, the single hardworking mother that can't seem to keep a man around, the sex fiend, the greedy, money-hungry woman. Black women are all well too familiar with those stereotypes, correct? But had it not been for Oprah, Shondaland, Ava DuVernay, and countless other women who are behind the scenes, producers, directors, writers, that narrative would not have changed. Last, I would say at least 5 years, but definitely maybe even 10. How to Get Away with Murder is a perfect example of a strong woman who is also vulnerable and can be tough. She is one of my very favorite black female characters. Kung Fu is being redone with an Asian female, so it's going to do that whole the fighter Asian role, but let's see where they take it as far as doing something different and something new, because I'm sure Asian women are tired of either playing a princess, that Mulan type role, the Kung Fu role, or love girl. I'm sure they're thinking there must be other roles for us to play, or the corporate woman who just hates everybody. That's another role I've seen way overdone. My only question to my audience is, in your country, what is overdone and what would you like to see change? And are you a part of that change? Are you a writer, a future director, a producer? What are you doing to help change the narrative that women are less than, below than? As a writer, I try my best to write strong women who are always overcome and survive. So that is my tip for today. Give me your thoughts, your opinions. Please subscribe. When you see the subscribe button, tell your friends about me. Let's have this conversation. I enjoy being with you. Tomorrow we'll talk about K-pop, and more specifically, the rise of BTS, 2020 being their year. Their single just dropped today. Already has 24 million views in less than 24 hours. Their Twitter site has 25 million subscribers. I can't think of anybody as popular or more popular except for Michael Jackson back in. And into their controversy, I might have to split it up and make it into 3 parts, but we'll definitely give them a fair share of the time, and then we'll move on to other groups and other K-pop and what's it doing for America, Black culture, and Korean culture, and other cultures around the world. Mata Amade, until we meet again, or as I should say, my friend tells me to say, love, peace, and hair grease. Peace out, people.